Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Entertainment Banter. My name is Joel,
And I'm Matt.
and we're here to bring you up-to-date news of what's going on with Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Yeah.
He's so hot. He's so dreamy.
He's so dreamy. And he runs like a lot.
Like jogs?
Oh, no. Like every movie, he's got a poop. He can still run.
Ever since someone pointed out to me, I want to ruin it for you. He has that middle tooth, his two buck teeth in the front. One of them's in the center.
Yeah.
The center of his face. One of his teeth is. I was always told growing up, to be in the movies, that your your dentures and all that are a very big part of who you are. How did he get a job for being 5'3", whatever he is, and his tooth is literally the center of his face? It's so awkward when he smiles and all that.
The top
I'm
one,
like,
you mean,
I
right?
can't.
The
Yeah. I was watching a video game documentary, and apparently the guys who got the idea for Doom
Oh, jeez.
was from when he was a pool shark, I guess, and he brought his own cue, his own stick,
Yeah.
and he named his stick Doom, and that's where they got the name. I guess the name for the game, and but as he's smiling and showing this guy at the billiards place, his tooth, he's like smiling like, ha, ha, ha. His tooth, you're just looking at it, it's just like center of his fucking face, and you're like, what the hell? Oh my god, I can't.
Oh my gosh, you're cracking me up right now. Like, so this is all about Tom Cruise and his front tooth.
This is all about his
Okay.
front tooth. We're gonna talk about it.
That's it. Let's talk about it.
All right, and that's it. Welcome back.
Welcome back to Entertainment Banter. Today we're talking teeth.
No.
Cruise.
Let's talk about what's happened. What happened a few days ago, Matt? What did Tom Cruise
Tommy
do?
Boy has done it again. No, Tommy Boy, it's hard, man. This is a tough one.
He's a hard one. No many people I talk to, they're all like, I'm with him, but I'm not with him. Does that make sense?
So here's the thing, okay? Like, it all boils down to a couple of factors. One is, So let's say what happened. So Tom Cruise yelled at people on set, right, because of COVID restrictions and not following the rules on set, supposedly,
Right.
blah 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 blah. And then
in the
some
UK,
people,
by the way, in the UK.
and some people debate whether he was did it appropriately or not. Blah 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 blah. Okay,
Right,
so who
right,
cares?
right.
Here's the thing. All right, so let's pretend you're not in a COVID world, right? You're just doing your job like normal. You have asshole producers and actors and directors and blah 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 blah, right? Crew members. You got assholes everywhere,
And
right?
there's an asshole
assholes
in every job you work.
There's an asshole right behind me right now.
You were probably
on
the
my butt.
asshole. You were probably the asshole.
I probably
at one point.
was an asshole at one point. So here's the thing. It's like, with that said, I always try to look at why someone's an asshole. And Tom Cruise is wearing a lot of hats, right? Even without
Right.
this COVID thing, he's wearing a lot of hats. As it's just talking from a work perspective.
Yeah, because this is Mission Impossible 38, right?
I don't know.
I've never
Mission
seen
Impossible?
one. I have not ever seen one.
It's impossible for it to end. I don't know.
I don't
like,
know, man. Never any
it's
story
7.
ended.
Did it, Joel? I think Tom Cruise just changed the name to Never Ending Story of Mission Impossible.
Never-ending mission.
The Never-Ending Mission. The Never-Ending Mission. If he writes Falcor in this Mission Impossible, I think I will shit myself. No, like, it's one of those situations where I feel like because he's wearing so many hats, like, it could be justified, that alone. I mean, the guy is the actor. He's the producer. He's the stunt guy. I mean, like, he's, you know what I mean? He's wearing so many different things to
He's
do
not
these
100%
productions.
the stunt guy, but yeah.
But
he
his
does some
stunt
of them,
guy,
yeah.
for the most of his craziness.
He does most of them,
But-
yeah.
So now you add COVID into the mix, right? So now, you're a producer. You got insurance companies up your butt. Not just because there's crazy stunts. It's a Mission Impossible movie.
Studios, too, as well.
Studios, right? But my point is, like, so these are normal things that you have, especially with action films. Anyways, you always have to be cautious of, the stunts that are being performed because, lawsuits can ensue, people can die. You have to be careful, especially if one of your producers is the star of the show, So it's a big deal if it falls through. A lot of money, if Tom jumps the wrong way and doesn't make it, guess what? The film's done. No one's getting their money back. It sucks that people, it sucks that Tom goes, he dies. But it's like, but the producers are probably not going to care. Being honest, like they're like, well, there goes my money. We're not going to finish this film, or if we do, it's going to be lame.
And then they've already halted production twice, or
a couple of times,
at
least a couple of times. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Most
and
recently,
so the thing
back
is,
in October, yeah.
Right. And here's the thing too. So now let's add the COVID element to it.
Let's add it. Now there's a lot of stress, and a lot of people aren't working.
They're trying to prove, it's a pretty ambitious goal. You're trying to prove, even during a world pandemic, that you can still make a film. And they're trying to, just like anything that's new, like any kind of company, organization, you create operating guidelines, you create if some new procedures are in place, you have to, there's always somebody that takes on that task and says, okay, let's try to do it this way. Let's see if it works. Let's make it a thing. Because if they're able to find that recipe, then others can follow suit and life can go on.
Right.
So
it's almost like when I went back to load up my show, we were the first ones to do it during this pandemic. And so everyone was looking at us, how Disney was going to handle it.
Right, exactly.
So everyone's looking at them. So tensions are running high there, higher than normal.
Right, higher than normal. So let's talk. What is it? Do you know what he said exactly? Paraphrase.
So I can paraphrase a little bit. He was yelling. It was audio clip. He did it twice apparently. He did it again recently.
He had a couple outbursts for sure. Yes.
Right. But they recorded the first one, and apparently a couple of the crew members were not following COVID protocols. I assume either social distancing or not wearing a mask, because like he mentions
over monitors, which is something you have to look at.
Right.
You know what I mean, if you're huddling over a monitor to discuss the scene, it's almost impossible to see the monitor unless you've got like a massive.
But they weren't. Usually, the people huddling over the monitors are usually like the DPs or the cinematographer or the director and producers are usually. So it's
or maybe stunt coordinators too.
It's hard to say. Yeah, it's hard to say who the crew he's looking at. It seems like they're more lower end crew members. Maybe just grips, or
if they're setting up the monitor themselves, you mean like grips and whatever.
But they definitely were ignoring those kind of protocols, because that's kind of what he kind of mentions. Like he goes, you got a social distance. Like he mentions that in his audio clip, but he's also yelling at him. Like he's paraphrasing him now. It's just he's yelling. If you don't want to follow these protocols, you're fired. Many people are rooting for us. There's a lot of jobs at stake here. We have like thousands and thousands of jobs. People need this to put food on the table. We haven't had a gig like this in years. I mean, not years, but like months. Right. This has to be done. If we can't do it, you're fired. You're out of here.
Well, devil's advocate, if you're a grip, for example, and you're carrying a piece of truss or whatever,
right.
Like you can't. You may not be able to do it by yourself. If you're hooking up a monitor, one's holding the monitor, one's holding the stand or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like you can't.
Yeah, that's why I think
doing that.
That's why I think it's a mask thing.
Yeah,
I think it's more of a mask thing than a social.
Well, he specifically mentions the
distance,
the yardstick. Yeah, the meters.
He does mention that, and I'm wondering like. Well, UK may have different protocols as well. Since they're an American company in UK, it could throw that off a bit differently too, and they don't want to listen to American protocols.
That's actually very true.
But it's still putting pressure on the production. But Tom did it twice, and apparently some crew members have walked off the set just because he's like they don't want to deal with this outburst anymore. And
he's actually called it quits early too. He said they're wrapping early for Christmas, so they're done.
Right, but
because of all these
Tom
outbursts.
Cruise is listening to this. Matt and I are available to work for you. We can be grips, we can be camera operators, we can be
and we don't like each other, so we
whatever you need.
We've been 6 feet away from each other.
We've been shat on so much and stepped on. We're used to it. So
yeah, but we're not going to join any cults.
No. But we'll tell you yes. We'll say yes to your face if you need that.
Yeah.
If you need that.
I mean,
but
we'll support you emotionally and mentally, but we're not gonna like pray to you or anything like that.
But I think he's justified. I mean, tensions like we've talked about before in some of our pods, like how oh my God, was Christian Bale blew up on the Terminator set like 2 a.m. at some lighting guy.
Right.
Like tensions run high, especially like that's like the second or third Batman he was doing, and he's already like while you do a trilogy of movies, you become a producer of the film. So then more things are at stake for you. So then tensions are running higher. So for him to do the 7th Mission Impossible. I think that's really the number.
Well, I mean, Tom is basically
he is Mission Impossible.
The focal point of he's.
This
Paramount
is
would
his
have
brand.
nothing if it wasn't for Tom.
This is his brand. Like you talk about he's been Top Gun. He's been in this movie. He's been doing
this is his bread and butter.
On the Edge or whatever Edge or.
But he has John Reacher, which is a massive stretch. Massive. Stretch.
Yeah. But so Mission Impossible is his brand. You got people have their brands. You got Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. You got
right.
You have The Rock is in Fast and Furious with Dwayne with
a little bit
Vin Diesel. They're like that's their friend. That's their brand now. That's who they are. So
it's
this is like not only a movie. It's an extension of what Tom is, other than the Scientology.
And Tom is fronting a lot of the money too.
Of course.
I mean, so like he supposedly $700,000 of his own money.
That's it.
Renting cruise ships, so the cast and crew have a place to stay.
Wow.
Self-quarantining. So you know what I'm saying? Like $700,000 is a lot of money for average people, not for Hollywood, but for average people. $700,000 is a lot of money. Like if you're a grip, you're not getting paid $700,000. You know what I mean?
No, but
like to fork that up to protect you and and the people working around you. I think that's a nice gesture. That is definitely not necessary.
And they're keeping them in a bubble, and they're definitely feeding them well.
Yeah,
they always feed you well.
I would have just fucking rented
service.
some tents and a big yard and said, you know what, sleep in your tent.
What is it, the Fire Festival?
Come to work the next day.
Matt.
Yeah, that's how you got a fucking cruise ship. They probably got they slide food under your door and everything.
5-star fucking chefs on there, even Michelin star chefs. Who knows?
Yeah, so I mean, so it's
or is it like the Titanic? They shove all the crew underneath the stewage.
Well, I'm sure Tom's got the whole first deck to himself. Well, here's the other
nobody
thing too.
come up here. I'm 5'2" and I need
let's
all
talk
the
speculation
space.
now. Let's talk speculation. I'm gonna be a dick and say, okay, now back to no COVID, and people are just dicks.
Okay.
All right, Tom is a superstar. Don't look me in the eyes, kind of people. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm just going back to that route. So it's okay for him to have a relationship on set with a co-star, right? Maskless, because they're actors. They're gonna have to talk without masks, anyways, right?
Yeah.
So I can talk to her without mask, but God forbid if I have a roommate or something on my cruise ship, I can't talk to them with my mask on or off. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the crew members might be like, this is kind of bullshit. It's like he can do it his way. Nancy Pelosi, she can get her hair done without her masks and shit
or
on.
Governor Newsom going to dinners and telling people,
yeah.
We don't know.
So Tommy could be pulling that shit on set.
We don't know.
We don't know, do we?
We don't know the other side of the story. All we know is that he blew up. And people are upset. So maybe people are walking off because it's blow up, because he's a hypocrite.
Right.
But I do praise him for what he said. For what he said and how his passion behind it. I do praise him for it, but it's ever since he did say, it's funny, I have not seen not a single person just go, "You're right, Tom." No, people go, "You're right, but I can't follow you, crazy."
All right. Well, you jumped ahead of me because I wanted to ask you a question.
Sorry.
All right.
What's the question?
So now that we've shown both sides of the coin, right?
Okay.
All right.
Well,
so
we
now,
think. We don't know.
let's magically pretend we're part of this film shoot, right? We're in it right now, okay?
Wow, I'm getting paid.
Tom's over there.
Ding.
Tom's over there.
Ding.
I personally am wearing a suit that has these massive sticks that come out all sides, so that I know no one can walk near me because I'll hit them with my sticks.
Fun noodles.
Yeah, fun noodles. Yeah, fun noodles. I'm wearing a fun noodle suit.
Yeah.
So Tom, I'm not worried that Tom's gonna yell at me, but I'm seeing how he's operating with others.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing. Let's debate it. Do you think Tom is justified based on the good and the bad possibilities right now?
Yes.
Well, let's say he's.
I'm going to take into account that he's justified because of how film. I don't know if you've ever worked on a film set or even on anything in entertainment. Tensions are always running high, and it's always like, hey, that guy's an asshole, but it's like, don't take things personally during the making of the project. Don't take things personally because tensions run high and people are going to yell instead of going, hey, excuse me, please, can this be possible? No, it's like, get that shit done because I don't have time to be nice to you. And honestly, that's why the phrase please and thank you comes around. It's just like, get it done, please and thank you. So you don't have to be all nice and courteous. He's not trying to be a dick, but things are running high. So I think it was justified how he came out because I'm sure he's had different outbursts. I'm sure he's done worse.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure people's thrown things. Like, I've worked with people who've thrown bolts across the room because they're pissed off at it. It's like, you let them have their tantrum. But
Right.
in the end of the game, you're all on the same team and you're all going to try to come to the same goal. So so I think it's justified. It's just I don't know if he's being a hypocrite, then it's not justified. But I think
Well, let me ask you
what
this.
we've
Let me ask you
heard,
this then.
It is.
Is he a martyr? Is he a martyr because he's saying because of this project we're giving people jobs? Is it really about the jobs, or is it he just wants some money from Seven?
It's hard to say.
Mission Impossible 7 for me.
From his
or is it
passion,
like, no, I'm doing this because I know Hollywood's hurting and I want to keep it working.
From his words, what he said, the passion, it does sound like he said jobs first, and he mentioned like thousands of people will need this. To
He's
put
not
on
wrong,
their
by
table.
the way.
He's not wrong. And because a lot of people in entertainment, our industry stopped first, and we'll be the last to go back 100%.
Right.
So he's not wrong, and to see him say that first and like not stutter, because when you're pissed, you stutter and you Freudian slip a lot of things. So for him to say that, I think he really does believe that
he could just be a very good actor.
He could be. I mean, he has to show us one of his films to be a good actor.
Well,
hopefully. But
well, let's.
Maybe he just wants his people. Maybe in his deep mind, maybe his cult leaders are telling him like, if you get this movie done and you get people jobs, they'll join the cult with you. You know what I mean? Like maybe, I'm just saying like that could be what's on his mind. That could be instead of him making money, that could be the ulterior motive.
Right. He's trying to
more Scientologists.
The slush fund is a little low with the Scientology place. Yeah.
Like if you stay on this,
our
this
Zap
job,
machines are breaking and we need to fix them.
2%.
Our car batteries that run them are running low on
2% of union dues go to the union, and then another 3% goes to the church. That's in your check. It's taken out. Tax write-off.
Maybe,
tax write-off.
Yeah, a lot of it went towards SpaceX. They're trying to get home.
No, they're with Jeff Bezos. He's created a thing. I don't. Who's Scientology?
Oh, he's created a religion too. Hey, it's the best thing to do because
I'm sure Jeff Bezos
get tax exempt shit everywhere.
But Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, one of them has to be a Scientologist, right?
No, they just believe in Star Trek. I think they want to wear those suits someday. You know what I mean? They want to wear blue, red, yellow suits.
Have you watched
Futurama,
where Star Trek's a religion?
Yes.
So is Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos going to start that? They're going to start that religion?
Maybe. I think they're going to be more like the heads in the jars, but
Well, I know, but they start the religion.
Yeah, they may start it. Yeah,
they start it.
You know what? I don't know why. If they're so serious about SpaceX, they should just go ahead and build the Enterprise in space. Just make it look like the Enterprise, but in space.
You mean the space station?
Yeah, just turn it into the Enterprise. You know what I mean?
Have you seen?
Because you're not going to get it off the ground if you build it on Earth. You know what I mean?
Well,
you just have to build it in space and it can float around like a
seen?
stupid Enterprise.
Have you seen the space station ISS?
Which one is that? The one we have now?
The real one that's out there. Yeah,
the International Space Station.
Yeah, the
that
ISS.
One?
Yeah.
Have I seen it personally?
Have you seen
fly
videos
across the sky really fast?
No.
Yes.
Have you seen videos of inside and all that?
I've seen pictures and videos.
It's just like, why'd you make it so not like homey? It doesn't feel like home at all. I know there's no
like
gravity.
It's made out of tinfoil. You know
Dude,
what I mean? Like
it's made of nothing.
It's not much of a difference.
No.
Yeah, I know.
It's creepy.
I know. Yeah, but they live there and they're happy.
People live there.
You know?
Up to 6 months to a year. That's all they can live there before the radiation.
Sometimes there was a time when the shuttle program shut down, those poor bastards were stuck up there for a long time. That's why we started working with Russia, because
they're not supposed
we shut
to.
ours down. We shut ours down, but Russia. That's why we sent American astronauts over to Russia, because we had to shut after Columbia. That was it. We shut it down. And we had people up there stuck. That's
amazing. And it's kind of amazing, too, that after 6 months, after you come down, or up to a year you come down, you have to relearn how to walk again.
Is that really the case?
Yeah, I was watching some videos of the Canadian astronaut who was the captain up there for the longest time. He's a badass. He does a lot of videos up there, and like he comes down. There's all these documentary videos of him learning to walk again, because your muscles aren't used to it anymore.
Right.
They have exercise machines up there, but since there's no gravity, they have to find ways to cause resistance, and it's kind of interesting. And then when they land back on Earth, they don't get themselves out of the ship. The rescue crew pulls the whole seat out and pulls them out. They don't get out.
Oh yeah.
So all the movies you see,
paraplegic
you see all the movies people
where
they land,
they wipe their brows.
Yeah,
and
they get out.
Cool walk at the end.
Nope,
the sunlight.
They literally can't move because the gravity is so strong. They're pathetic.
Oh, that's gotta suck. Could you imagine if your intestines have been floating up into your where your lungs are, and then all of a sudden they just drop?
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
They mentioned when you first get up to space too, your brain, your body is so used to your heart, so used to pumping the blood against gravity. So when you get up there, it's just like, oh god, so you're sick for like the first 2 days because your body's like, there's no resistance, so there's so much pressure, so much strength, and it's just like,
So you can be as fat as you want.
you're like Superman up there.
Yeah, you're like no more health problems, right? I guess I don't know. I'm
No, I think there's major health problems because of radiation and everything. But we're getting off topic from this.
We are so off topic. We went from snaggletooth to fat people in space.
So interesting. It's just fascinating. Like people like, oh, the flat earthers, and we can't get in this. No one's been to space. Like it's all fake. But I'm like,
All right, so can we get back to Tom?
Let's go back to Tom. Single tooth, centered of his face, Tom. 5'4".
All right, so here's my thing. Is Tom the only
Cruise.
production? Is Mission Impossible 7 the only film being made during COVID-19?
The thing is, there's a Spider-Man 3 or Spider-Man 3. I don't know if you want to look at it, the Spider-Verse movie or whatever it is. They're filming in November in Atlanta.
So why is Tom making it sound like Mission Impossible 7 is the standard golden end all say all for filmmaking during the pandemic?
What it could be is that each studio has only one movie being made instead of they usually have their hands in a lot, and this could be Paramount's one movie. And it could be the one movie that's saving Paramount, just like how Marvel's only doing Spider-Man right now. They're not filming any other movie. And then you have I think there's only 2 movies I know that are aware of that have been filming.
So you're bringing up an excellent question because all studios are hurting. Obviously, Disney's hurting, Warner Bros. But you're right. Paramount doesn't exactly pop out blockbusters.
No.
And lately, people like Michael Bay has just taken great franchises and just kind of pooped on them. And so, like, they're not making their money like they should be. So maybe what Tom is really feeling, the stress, because they keep saying producers are calling, insurance people are calling, it's like they're going to repossess the cruise ship they're sleeping on because like they have nothing, you know what I mean?
This could be Paramount's last straw. Like they need this
right.
movie
It could be going under.
Above.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they could be.
Yeah.
I mean,
so maybe there's more to it than that.
Here's the thing, though: if Paramount goes under, I would not be surprised if other studios are still giving Paramount money because right now you see there's 3 major studios still going around. There's Disney, there's Sony, and there's Paramount. And Sony and Disney are kind of in bed together right now. So if Paramount goes under, that makes Disney look really bad. So I would not be surprised. It's like a Microsoft Apple situation where Microsoft gave the loan to create the first iPod, that Disney and Sony may be giving money to Paramount right now to make sure they don't go under. You know what I mean?
It's possible. Warner Brothers too. Though. Warner Brothers
thing.
Well, we didn't talk about this.
There's Warner Brothers. Yeah, there's Warner
but
Brothers.
We didn't talk about Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers already remember it's so funny, like people on the internet are always like going, "Oh no, this is happening." We've talked about this like so many years ago, but Warner Brothers just went ahead and ripped the Band-Aid off. They basically said, we're going to put out all our movies from here on out on our streaming service and also in theaters.
HBO Max.
Right. So that without
Warner
consulting
Brothers on HBO.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's part of them. So here's the thing. So basically, it's kind of funny because like the way I look at the studios is like mafia members. You know, you got different families,
absolutely
fighting over control over certain areas. But this mafia family, Warner Bros. Was like, "Fuck you guys, we're gonna do it our way, period." And then like Disney and everybody else like, "Whoa, what are you talking about?" Because like, what do you mean you're putting all your movies out on streaming services? That's it, and in theaters. That you're just gonna do that? Yeah, man, that's what we're gonna do. So now Disney is gonna. Every other studio's like, what do we do? Like, are we just gonna put them all on the apps now? Or are we gonna try to play ball with the theaters?
Warner Brothers is pushing hands right now for sure with Wonder Woman coming out on Christmas Day on HBO Max.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like they're just pulling out the cards. They're saying we're doing this, and it's unfortunate for moviegoers because there's a good possibility now that the movie industry, which I've been saying since day fucking one, is going under.
I think my personal opinion on that, though. Sorry to cut you off. I do that a lot, but the movie theaters, I think we're always going to see them. I don't think we're going to see as many, but I think we're going to still see a good portion of them.
I don't know. I mean,
because it's still people like you and me who want to go to the movie. I want to I'm
but
about to show the lady friend. I'm about to show the lady friend Endgame, and I'm going to show it on my 65-inch TV. But it's nothing compared to watching that in the
argument,
theaters.
Though. But everybody has their surround sound. Everybody has their big
no, they
TVs
don't.
No one knows.
Bigger. No one knows sound. See, everyone.
Oh, come on! You go to Walmart now. You can buy a 75-inch TV for $300.
Being a professional in this industry, I've been so annoyed. Everybody thinks they're a sound engineer. Guess what? You're not. So,
but people well, sound engineer people, like I would say, you and I, we know how to hook up our stuff.
Yeah, no, we would for sure, but I don't want to spend the
So
money on the stuff I have.
I already
sound
did.
bar. I
But
didn't
see, I already
spend them.
did.
I don't want to.
No,
spend the
not on
money.
a sound bar. What? No.
No, I bought a
no,
$100 sound bar. I don't need
No,
no
but
fancy.
see, to the average person, that's fine, right? A sound bar's
Right.
fine. Like I bought a
It's
sound
not.
bar for my parents because they don't even know how to turn the TV on anymor. So, like to me, I just bought them a sound bar.
Oh my god,
Sorry,
that was
mom and
that
dad.
was American Dad. That was an American Dad episode last night. Roger and Jeff couldn't figure out how to use a thermostat, and somehow Stan and Francine came back from the dead. And Roger's last thing of the episode was like, "You don't gotta be a goddamn electrician to be living in this house," because they can't work the thermostat.
That's so funny.
It was pretty funny.
That's
But
funny.
anyways, yeah, I think it could be a push. Warner Brothers is like, I don't know how much HBO Max is for subscription service, but they're not charging. Get a hold of this,
12.
Disney, because it failed. They're not charging extra money just so people to watch
Right.
this movie. It's literally, if you're a subscriber of HBO Max, you get Wonder Woman.
I want to see the
Period.
stats of. I want to see the
Mulan's
stats
failed.
of how many people.
It's obvious.
No, it totally failed. It totally. But I want to see the
they
stats.
They didn't bring it up at their meeting.
Of course not.
They
No,
are
I know.
releasing stuff now on Disney Plus without saying it's premium.
Well,
So
Soul.
premium failed.
Soul is
It
supposedly Soul is going to be on Disney Plus. So let's see
Yeah,
if
it
Soul's
is
the
already, I
equivalent
think.
to one. Well, it's coming, and they said it's coming.
Oh.
But when it said coming, I don't know if
That's
that
like the
means you have to.
Pixar.
Does it say Premier Access on it or not? I don't.
No, I
remember.
don't think so. So
It's they learned their lesson.
They learned their lesson that Mulan failed. Plus, the movie itself failed. It was the worst one.
Well, it would have failed even without all this other
Right,
bullshit because
right.
of the politics involved.
Maybe
so
you
that
know
was
what
I was going to
You know
say.
what? As a reading too much into it, maybe they did what they did because they needed to get as much money as they possibly could from Mulan because they knew it was going to fail.
Maybe, but only stupid people would have bought into that. You know what I mean? Like no one in their right mind would have bought into that. That's what I don't get. Like if someone said to you, you know, like you could pay $30 now, or if you just wait a month, you can watch it for free. I mean, I'm unless you're like a diehard Mulan fan,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I knew
most people can wait.
4 or 5 people I knew personally bought it, and I'm like, you're the problem. You're the problem.
Yeah.
Why subscription things are going up and all that. You're the problem.
Yeah,
But
well,
I'm glad
most
it
people
failed.
are not that dumb. Sorry to your friends. I'm not calling them dumb.
No,
I'm just
they're
saying
just
that's
they see it differently.
dumb.
They see it differently, and just like how you and I agree,
to support a
everyone
brand.
has the right to their own opinion and all that. But
Right.
obviously, Matt and I are right, and you're wrong.
Well, my thing is this: even if you argue the point, I'm just supporting the actors and the jobs. That's one thing,
Right.
and the company because it's during a pandemic. I just want to help the company any way I can. If you
But
just
that
do that,
company's
it's
not
fine.
supporting.
But then but the problem with Mulan, the poop stain of Mulan is the communist aspect and where they filmed and how they did things. It's just you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like ooh,
And look-
like
And
looking
then look
the
at
other
the
way
timeline.
kind of
They
thing.
try to rush it. They don't rush it out. They wait on it. They build up hype. They get people to get premium pass. They get people to buy that, so there's more money in their pocket. And then it bombs, and then they fire 30,000 employees. That
Yeah.
doesn't look good. You're
Well,
you're supporting this company, and then all of a sudden it just fires. And then
Yeah.
sorry.
But they do that
All
before.
the execs get full pay again. Then they fire 30,000 employees.
Right, of course.
So, and now
you
they're going
know,
to fire
of
another
course.
10,000 now. So it's just like, it's crazy.
Yeah, well, it's going to take a really long time for Disney to recover. Hell, by
Yeah.
the time my kids are well on their way in their education process, maybe we go back and just bail them out. I don't know.
I don't know.
Because they'll probably, you know what I'm saying? At that point in time, it's just they're going to need all their people that knew what they were doing
Matt,
back.
Final thought on Tom Cruise.
Yeah, let's get back to Tomboy. So what do you think? What are you thinking, Joel?
I praise him. I can't think of the word. There's a C word I want to say, but it's condone. Is it condone?
Ooh, that's a bad word. Don't say
Condone
that word.
I don't want to
Don't say that
condone him,
word.
right? I want to.
Oh, I was thinking a
No,
different C
fool.
word. Sorry.
I can't think of the word. It's not condone. It's
Condemn.
no. It's like you're praising him, but it's a C word. I don't know. Whatever. You woke me up to do this pod.
Condone means you. Yeah,
Condone
okay.
means I don't agree
All right.
what he did.
All right. So,
Right.
Right.
So I'm gonna go
Right.
with praise. I appreciate what he did. Tensions are running high. It could be Paramount's last ditch effort to keep the studio up. It could be Tom
Right.
Cruise just being Tom Cruise. It could be that UK doesn't understand the American way and they're throwing tea back into the harbor. Who knows? But
Yeah.
I appreciate what he said, and I would work on your set with you, Tom Cruise, to get more of an idea of what's hire me so I can see what's going on. How about that? But
Yeah, we'll keep it real,
Tom Cruise,
Tom.
you are a weird guy, bottom line, but thank you for what you're doing. You're creating you are creating jobs, and everyone has to appreciate you for that.
So can I say my final thought
end.
too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my thing is this.
Matt?
My thing is this.
Matt?
I'm just looking at from if I was a producer and I was trying to make a film during the pandemic and I was forking some of my own money to take care of people and to do this right, I have for 2 seconds and I'm a world renowned superstar, a crazy person, but I'm still a superstar. Renowned. I'm gonna have a chip. I'm gonna have a chip on my shoulder, especially if I've invested my personal money into it. Especially if you're the height you are. You know what I mean? I've invested my money into it. I'm not only trying to say my lines right and get that emotional thing right going in the scene. I'm also trying to make sure I don't break my legs and my crazy stunts.
Right.
And I'm also calling the insurance in the studios and telling them to chill the fuck out, get off my back. I know what's at stake here, you know. And my fucking coffee just got cold this last phone call I was on, and I'm walking over, and god damn it, those fucking guys are standing really close, you know. And like I'm trying to just do this for you guys.
Right.
I'm trying to do this for me and everybody and the movie industry as a whole. Blah blah blah. We all know China's going to come out with some new virus at some point. COVID's going to go away. It's going to be called Bovid. You know what I mean? There's something else that's going to be down the pike. We gotta learn to work around this shit. You know, zombie apocalypse after everyone takes Moderna and Pfizer's vaccine. We're all going to be zombies. Mm-hmm. We're still going to have to make movies with a zombie apocalypse. Let's get our shit together.
He's
right?
prepared.
You know what I'm saying? He's prepared. So part of me is just like, you know what? Give the guy a fucking break. There's 9 times out of 10, like, there's stresses on these individuals that you know, there's the champs of the world are the ones that don't bitch and complain about their problems. You know what I mean? They say, yep, okay,
but then they blow
all right.
up.
They don't tell you, but then every once in a while they blow up. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what's going on in their lives. You know, you don't know that grandma just passed away or something. Because of COVID, you know, like because of COVID or anything else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what's going on in their lives, and they may be bursting out at the seams of something that may or may not be significant, but you don't know because they've got way more hats on than you do. So in my personal opinion, it doesn't matter how much of an asshole somebody is, if they're wearing that many hats and your pay grade is to be a grip, like set something up and then walk away, guess what? I'm not taking your side. I'm going to take the guy that's writing all the checks, because that poor bastard, and especially if they're investing more money than you are to the project, like he's giving money to the project. What are you giving? Attitude? Just fucking do what he says. Just do what he says.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, like, I'm not saying he can't be a dick or he's dick about it.
I'm not saying that you should go have a beer with him.
He's paid to be a dick. You know what I mean? Like, he's earned that right because he's fronting his own cash to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you contribute $700,000 to the cruise ships, then maybe I would listen to what you have to say. But until then, shut the fuck up. Just like I would tell an actor, you know, like, there's not enough, you know, fucking whatever people behind the lens or whatever. But you know what? Are you paying for this? Are you trying to? Is this your vision? No, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, just do your fucking job.
Do what you're supposed to do, and
just do it.
And just be happy you have the fucking job in this time,
right?
On something you probably enjoy doing, you know.
Yeah, and then when the world regroups, hopefully, and you know, and everyone gets back to normal, then you can kind of be a dick again. But until now, just relax. Be grateful, like you said. Just be grateful for what you got. Chill out. Everyone's in the same boat. Just freaking. If you're not contributing the same amount, then you don't have a say. That's just how I look at it right now.
Good talk.
You know. Yeah.
And on that note,
so thank you for listening to Entertainment Banter. My name is Matt.
And my name is Joel. And I'm done.